So, I mean, between your young self all the way to 17, then by this time you're turning 18. And then 18, at what point did you think you had to meet your mother? How did you meet your mother? Who facilitated?
So the thing is that you see, my grandmother was a bit of a hardcore at the time in terms of, I think that the marriage had a problem with my dad, and the suspicion had been that it's my grandmother who, because according to her, she had come back 5 years, and then he said it was not going to work out. So when I got to know that, and I started telling people, my grandmother was unhappy that I said she had broken and all that. So I started looking out for it. I had written letters several, you know, those nice letters to my mom, because people keep going to Nigeria. So they come back and say, right, I had a younger sister who keeps, it's called Bamdele, but then Benedita, keeps checking and finding out where is his brother and all that. So anytime I write letters, I want bicycle. You know, that time you want bicycle.
All the problems you're going through is bicycle you wanted.
Yeah, because the thing is that I'm walking too much. I have done a lot of kilometers in my life in terms of walking. Do you understand? If they were arrears by now, I shouldn't be walking, but I had to do all this, so I needed to write. So every day there were letters going on. So until one day, he sent one woman to come and carry me and go. And I had to go through by road. It was a very strenuous one anyway, but then got there finally. And
your mother was receiving, she was taking delivery of the letters. She was
actually getting, and in fact, what really happened, you know this Ghanaian attitude where things are being sent and then it's never brought. That's what was happening.
Oh, so Charlize was doing her best.
But I say the things were not arriving. The things were not arriving. Because I remember, as young as I was in Mataiku, I could hear they say they brought me some pencil and pens, but I can't see the pens and pencil. And that house we lived in, Charlie, the saddest part is that when it's leaking down, it's leaking from the top as well. In Abuzuka, Mataiku.
Simultaneously.
I'm telling you together. So once you are cleaning this one is also coming.
And so you went by road. Who took you?
So she had sent somebody to actually take me. I think that one of the certain guy that usually goes, I forgot, he's even lost his life, but I think we lost him. He keeps going to Nigeria. So this time, I think he arranged, and I went through Togo, Benin. There's this car Tudu that I had to go and sit inside the long hours and all that, and I got there.
But were you not afraid? Did you believe it?
No, because
you were looking forward to it.
The thing is, yes, I had yearned for it, and the fact that I wanted to see my mom. And so you can see, even it took us all these years, so the connection is not, it's not as it is with my auntie. You understand? It's not, because you see, my auntie was like, where you got and you spit into the food and then they clean. This is the thing I found with my auntie, right?
This your aunt? Was it your maternal aunt or your
no, paternal, yeah. Okay. My stepmom was also doing very well. My stepmom, at the time, got to a point, getting to my school and all that. She was the one leading in terms of paying some few things and all that. But it's just that my dad used to be a very hard guy. I mean, you know those disciplinarians and stuff like that. Yeah, but I mean, it's not a friend. I mean, that's how it is.
Oh, he's around and you're not
yeah, no, of course. I mean, we are not friends.
What about your mother?
But, because my father actually apologized to me, and I don't have a problem saying it on that.
Would get to that apology.
So going to my mom, like I was not afraid, because remember that I was in deep and I have assumed the principle of faith. So where I was going, I had prayed. So I had prayed 3 days.
But this time you were 18 or you're above 18?
So no, because I mean I had 18. So it means that I was getting there within that same age of 18. Because I was then, you know, I finished St. Anthony's at 17 JSS. So I was older than my mates, 2 years and 3. Why? Because I was delayed in school for 2 years. I didn't go to school because they had sacked me for school fees. So I sat in the house for 2 years. That's why my age is older than my mates. Like I'm actually older than my mates and all that. Yeah. So 18, I was now entering in the Accra Academy. Then I think I went to see my mom at the age of 18. Yeah.
Do you recall the first day you met her?
I do remember, because I know she had come from work and met me and all that. And I was like, I mean, you don't even know, because I'm now old, so I can't even cry too much and all that. But she was the one saying that she was not being defensive, because I was saying that you have not looked for me. Well, next day I came 5 years, they said no and all that. It became a whole lot of conversation and stuff like that. But then, I mean, we have to forgive each other and stuff. And my sister was one I was happy to see, because I've actually seen her writing letters and some that they bring it to me, but we've never met. Yeah, so it was a lovely moment. And I think at the time she was doing very well too. So when I was coming, I had some $300 at a time.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
you spent how many months or weeks with your mother?
I think it should be maybe 10 days or something. I didn't really keep long, yeah, because I needed to come back and I think get to school or something. But I brought with a lot of provisions, corned beef and all that.
Oh, finally.
That I remember very well.
You make up for the good food you had missed.
Yeah, because you know, and and in school in Accra Academy too, the thing is, I was more into the SU. So because I got more spiritual, because I think that I got to understand that I need to fight for a lot of things, and I needed God. Yeah, so I will tell you that in Accra Academy, I was the first day student who became the school prefect. Because it doesn't happen. It's the boarders who actually become.
Did you contest for the role?
Yes, we contested, of course. And then I remember the 3 things that I used that I say all the time. The boys will sometimes laugh at me, but it was critical for me. My veteran, which is Moses. Moses is now the NIA board chair. Yeah. Moses Positive. I mean, he was then one of the members who were interviewing us and all that. And the uniform I had worn, because they knew me that I don't wear shoe. I wear tourist. That time we call something tourist. It's the children still wear it now. Okay. So then there's also a shoe called dog mouth. When you wear it, you are correct on campus. So the day I wore it, said, no, Richard Abbey, you have borrowed the shoe. And it was true. Because I had not, you see, I was staying in California Hostel, which is closer to Accra Academy. So I was not a border, but I was now competing with the borders. Okay. And they ironed their uniform so that there's a line. I mean, senior B, as for me, Charlie, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then I'm there. So that day I had dressed with 5 socks. We have never seen you like this before. It was a competition. So I needed to find a way.
Tell me, where did you get the shoe and the socks?
The shoe, Charlie. You know, when it's getting to that part and all that, sometimes you have to now borrow around and all that. The shirt was borrowed, and I remember very well because my uniform was like, a bit. I said, affinity and all, like a faded, sorry, let me put a faded. So it's faded, so I had to take that one and then use this one to do that. But out of the vetting, the board actually led me by, but I have to now come to the open campaign. So the public campaign is where I did the magic. Okay. The masses. Now our own day student. Now I need to give them some 3 words. So first of all, I said gentility without ability is total incapability.
Then what's your thing?
But my opponent was very gentle, and I am the rascal guy.
So you were. It
was against.
You were eating inside the guy.
Yes, gentility.
So he's gentle, but he won't give them anything.
No. Then I used another one. Efficiency without sufficiency is God's. What is it? I think like the efficiency without God's sufficiency is deficiency. So that one is a spiritual one. So these were the things that actually made me win the campaign. There's the last one. There was one guy who had beer, and at the time I don't know how. I didn't know that one day I'll get beer. I didn't know because there was a guy in that time who had beard called Konko. He's a Nigerian guy. Now we need be. So I needed to find. So I said, if it is the beard that we're going to be using as a judgment or something, then it means the Billy Goat would have been a journalist by now. And I used journalists that I didn't know. In fact, I said that because I said if they are going to look at the beard, it's a problem. In fact, I won the election. I won the election. So then when you go to Accra Academy, you find Richard Abbey Jnr. on it. Yeah, bro.
As a school prefect.
As a school prefect.
The day they declared you that you had won, in fact, during that process, and all the things that you were saying, were you sure that you'd win?
Yes, I was sure because when I came to the school, I started preaching. And it was not that I knew that I was going to stand for the election, but I think that naturally leadership, it's sometimes, we have the inborn and then you have the environmental one. So you can't have one part. So I think in my innermost, it's like I work hard to get things done. So I started preaching. In fact, I preached and people actually cry and all that because I was still going on. When I closed school, I am on those buses from Kanisha to Odoko. Yeah. Those big ones that when you stand in them, people are probably hitting each other and all that. I used to preach in that bus. Okay. Yes. The days when you buy yogurt and you have to share with your 3 of you have to share, and the one who gets the middle is in trouble because the yogurt is splashing to 2. That was those days. You can't. It's not today that you are taking full one. We don't get it. 3. You see, I think that a lot of people know about it too. But then maybe you will know about that later. Maybe we'll get
I'm sorry, but
yeah.
So you were now school prefect.
Yes.
What's that one thing that you did as a school prefect at Accra Academy that lives with you? You look back and say, I'm glad that I contested for this role.
So I think that I managed to bring the prefectorial and then the SRC council together because the thing that we're prefects and then we have the SRC. And there was always a conflict. So one of the things that I did was to bring us together. And then I do also recall that, of course, in our time is the first time that we had brought the whole of St. Mary's. Accra Academy and St. Mary's, there's this Akasma. So Shelley was then the XP at the time, Cookie Tea.
That's my sister.
Yeah, was then the XP at the time and all that. So they brought the whole of St. Mary's to the school, and that's a whole achievement because the boys were very happy. We are all boys. So when we see them, we are very happy. When we're doing a lot of interregulations, we're having discussions. We're looking at what is going on in their school. How do we improve on it and all that? Yeah. And then I also introduced what they call there was amortized 2G. It was there, but we did it. It was an entertainment show where we used to bring a lot of people from Christian Methodists and all that together and stuff. And I think that the spiritual aspect of everything was also helping in that we were leading and also making sure that the word of God actually was still actually going on with the people.
That's really nice. I mean, because from the beginning of this conversation, something has been constant. The word of God, kingdom mindset seems to be running in through till maybe getting to the end of the conversation. In terms of academics, what course were you reading or offering in school?
So in Lagos, academy was business. Business. We had 3 friends that were together. One is John Oselson now, who owns the JP, and then there's John Baker, who works with John right now. We're friends, of course. We're eating from a place called Makbo. It's Makbo, I think, is a beans joint. And Accra Academy, right opposite there. It was that time things were very tough, the 3 of us. But we used to learn. You know that learning where you are learning and somebody comes to meet you, you are not done. If the person hasn't, because he came to meet you, he will not move. He has to wait that you leave. So we read Gast like 3 times. We were really learning a lot and all that. And somehow I was a bit shy because I remember that I made an 8 or something or 10. I remember
impressive. At
that time, because I was like, so maybe the poverty actually made me learn.
Yeah, but you didn't have a choice.
Yeah, of course. Because the thing is that so that's the thing. So I did business there. And then I came to the University of Ghana.
Okay, why did you choose University of Ghana though?
Did you choose, or what they chose for you? Have you forgotten how University of Ghana has been? Because the kind of courses I saw the first time, I was going to do, the BA and all that. But they gave me courses. And then I remember classics, music.
But the university itself, why did you not choose UCC, Kenya,
University of Ghana? No, University of Ghana, it has been on my heart from the school days and all that. And the thing is, everybody wants to go to University of Ghana. And I think that because maybe it's good I was in the University of Ghana, because that's when I shaped my politics, like my student activism, my writing skills. Because my mates most of them are in power right now. I mean, Justice, the Attorney General, Justice Sai, Okujeto Ablakwa, you see judges and all that. I mean, Thomas Ampims, because we used to do nooks politics. Okay. And I'll come to that maybe when we get there. So in Lagos was like, I think I wanted to be there because more of my friends actually were going there. So we're like, we'll converge there and then get to do. And then I heard that the arts, that's where you get it from. But and I'm a Gama. We don't like traveling. So now I have to travel to Kumasi. Gas, just say, so we like to position ourselves. If I tell you when I started traveling outside, you'll be surprised. It was just 2000. Maybe the first time was in Nigeria, and that's just the road ones, and then the other one. But like flying, it took me time to start flying. It was because the event now needed me to go out there. Okay. Yeah, but not to just go and then go and do boga and come and all that. Of course, clean the teeth of Ponko and all that. I didn't want to get into that. So in Legon,
just say, oh, here needs someone proud. Say,
yeah, I'm wedding because so the thing is, in Legon, the courses they gave me was in music, dance, classics, and psychology. So psychology was really the whole thing. So I did dance, which you people have called ontology, which is a mistake. Let's not do this. We don't have to call it. Recently, you saw the man dancing in your studios. Yes, and that's the correct one.
So basically, you can dance.
Yes, I can dance because Mr. Newman then was the dance teacher, and we used to dance gota and all those things and all that. And you dance and you get A. Very simple. You dance, you get A. And music, you have to know how to draw the crochets. And then C and F sharp, but I still don't remember those because it was very difficult for me in terms of the area of music. But dance, when you're doing damba, you put on the smoke, bam, bam, bim, bim, babam. That's the sound. Check them when you're dancing. Then you hit the wood and then turn. And then when it flies this way, remember you're getting A because you are doing very well.
Was that the dance that got you an A?
Bam, bam, bim, bim, babam. It's called a damba dance.
Damba dance.
Yeah, because every time practicals are done, and we do a lot of choreography.
It's the one they use their waist, the damba dance.
Yeah, the damba, the bam, bam, bam.
Oh, you turn around.
Yeah, you turn around and then you hit a stick. Bam, 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 bam. I'm trying to remember this kind of tune because I really love that particular dance. Yes.
Which one was your second best to dance?
The go tattoo was there, and I think that the panlugu. Because because I was Ghana, so I had to learn panlugu and all that. Yeah. And then the choreography was also very good.
So how many A's did you get?
No, those times the music A is simple. Oh, classics was the most difficult one because that's where you have to learn about Pheidippides and some people who were running Greek mythology and some things and all that.
I love Greek mythology, by the way.
Yeah, you're like, okay. And because I had to study that thing at the time to teach other people in order for me to know.
Make some money.
Yeah, so I had to. And that was when I had my lady at the time because it was part of the people I was teaching. So when you learn the classics and you come in and you start pouring it out because it's not easy for people to choose. So you come and pour it and then which is all you're done. Because
what was it? Just me. What was the motivating factor? Is it the money you get when they pay you, or is the fact that the lady motivated you?
No, I think I love expressing myself. I love winning. Like, you understand? I go like, okay, you can do it. So try to make it and all that. So the whole idea of the fact is that read more and then learn more. And that's what I was doing when I was in 1100. So 1100, level 200, it was when we got into politics that everything changed.
Okay.
Because for 2 years, I was not going for class. I was then running, so Loma Lija is my opponent. Okay. Loma Lija, who happens to be in the law, the head of law department and all that, was then running for elections and was then standing for president. And I was also against him.
Ah.
Yeah. So I was the non-rebel. It means I didn't have residence because I had slept in, when I came to the village, I was slept in the Union building and I went to sleep in Potter's Lodge. And okay. I didn't have a room until I started patching. Then level 300, then I got a room.
And it was a requirement to
be a resident. Oh. And I thought they had changed the rules. In fact, because there was a lady who was then the president, and we did every change, but apparently they had not. In fact, that one is a deep politics. When you go into the politics, people had to do a lot of things to make sure that you are cleared out and all that. It's a beautiful thing. Today we sit back and we laugh
about it. So the girl, did she agree?
Yes. So now, in the beginning, it was one person who was called Dennis who was trying to then do the communication for me and all that.
Their friend between and all.
Between at the time.
Now you, with all the classics, you needed a between and.
Yeah, because now my phone said, now we are very tactical. So imagine you had a girl up to level 300 and you understand what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how it is. So in fact, some of us at the point, boys were playing and saying that we wish to go back to Lagos again. You know why?
You start all over again.
Boys do a lot. I've spilled a lot of things. I've done it. So what happened in Liverpool? But anyway, it's all good. So it was communication with her and all that and came. So I think that later on, when I got too much involved in SRC stuff, and I didn't make time. Politics is addictive. Yeah, I didn't make time. I was running different positions. I was the publicity chairperson. I had gone to First Church looking for sponsorship at that time. I was running around, and then it looks like that didn't work. So around 300, 400, there was one bugger who took the lady from me, and right under your eyes, and on my eyes, and it's like the understanding was because I didn't make all the time and all that. But it's all good. I mean, it's about life and how you live it. Yeah.
You and then you graduated.
Yeah.
From Legon.
Sure.
On the graduation day, did you have a roadmap? Do you have a plan of what you were going to do with your life?
So in Legon, so we were doing policy. So Peter Nana said in the first year, which is level 100, Okujetu was writing the articles and I was posting it. So I was a grounds person, a field person. Sami Okujetu is a very serious writer from beginning and all that. Now we learn the antics of talking. It's something we speak. Sometimes when I see my friends speaking, and I know, because it was something we practiced. And then I went through the rudiments of the SRC, JCR. I was supporting JCR. I'm a loyalist in that when I'm campaigning for you, I am for you. So in all these things, I was doing hall work and all that. So the first job that I actually took was voter hall. When I left, we took their magazines and printed it. And then I formed a company called Abbey Jnr. It was Abbey and Ayoko. That was my stepmom. So I used the name to form it.
Oh, you must have loved your stepmother.
Yes, of course. Because at the time, she was doing her best. Within a period of now in university and then finishing. And when you close, you go home and stuff. Like, even though you may not, for money, will not give you, but food you eat. That one, she knows that. If she's listening, she will tell me. She will agree. So we started looking for adverts for hall, so Sabah Hall and all that. That's the first kind of work I did. So I had two people going around looking for adverts in there and all that. And then like 2000 and then I decided there was a decision that I'm not going to work for anybody. So 2006, we had to go and do our service. I did my service in Suhum Krabwa Kota.
Okay.
Suhum Krabwa Kota. It's at the Suhum area. I don't know where the Kota.
Like one town has Kota and Krabwa in it.
And I was doing a vocational school, so whenever they had brought their chicken and all them done them, that's what I had enough food to eat.
But you're teaching?
Yes, I was teaching. So I was now teaching, and it's a ladies' school. And the major aspect of things, the beautiful aspect is that they do a lot of catering and food and all that, practicals, and I'm the tasting officer. And these people, when they are cooking, their boyfriends have given them money for the chicken. So they want to still take the full chicken away. But we don't allow, we make sure we cut one part and it becomes a whole lot of it. But that's the fun that we had in Suhum. Then I became the national service president of Suhum Kota.
You really have my full attention. Yeah. Usually when a person gets to a place in their life, you really don't know what they have been through.
Yeah.
And so it's these stories kind of intrigue me. And then you woke up one day and thought that, 40 under 40.
Yeah. 40
How did that come to you? I mean, first of all, at what point did you then settle, got married and all? Did you do that before you started 40 under 40?
So I was afraid of marriage because you see, the thing is I didn't have enough. I remember that after I left and formed Exodus, I was in Newtown, and this is what I was doing. The Newtown business is like this. You want to print, I buy paper. I do color separation. I go and meet the other person. That's how you do business. So a lot of people in Newtown, they don't own printing press. But middleman's job is one of the best in Newtown. So I used to be doing that gradually and all that. So even the day I was going to meet my wife's own was a connection. There's a gentleman who had connected that there's a simple guy here. So the day I saw her, I said, no, this is the one. So when I was going home, the father was a very hard person.
Somebody did a betweener for you.
Yes, for me, I think I have always had betweeners the way the thing is.
But it's amazing because you look very confident. You face businesses and all of that. But when it comes
telling a woman is not an easy.
I know, sure,
no. Because you see, sometimes the no is the first answer before the yes.
Where is this reward camera? So you move to another person.
The defeatism and I don't like it. So you see that it has to be strategic, whereby then actually it picks up and then we all now can say it. But I still had to say it finally at Churches. You know, Churches was then at Metro TV. It was a restaurant. Because my wife said, look into my eyes and tell me that you love me. Because now people are swearing. They don't say it eyeball to eyeball.
So this person, after doing the groundwork for you and all of that, you now gather the courage and say, you know what, let's meet today.
Yes.
At church. Why did you
meet before church? The churches? No, churches at the time because the restaurants choose me because Frankie's and the rest, they were all there already. We had known them and all that also had been common, so we had to go there. But even before I went to see the father, when I went to the father asked me, what do you do? Because anytime my auntie asked me, what do I do? Now I'm saying, a communication consultant. Because it's communications. You know, it's communication. So, father asked me, then I said, I do contract. Then he said, we know now contract. Meaning, Baba, the day you don't get contract, it means you can't take on my daughter.
It's a very fair question, though.
Of course. And the car I was using at the time was BM316. Affordable, that's the name of the car. So the car is overheats all the time. And anytime I had to go with my wife on it, they say, I saw like a sachet of ice water, like what the sachet bag. So when it's overheating, quickly you take about 3 of them, you put inside. And this one, my wife at the time, not really a wife, but like at the time when we were trying to date, was in this vehicle with me and all that.
At this time, no one in Akosua or churches. What kind of thing?
Oh. Because I say, you can phone some, but say, capture them. And then it's coming from the father is called Elder Pentecost.
The Pentecost.
So say, Elder Pentecost. To me, yes, sir. So we know what kind of about 5. I know I started friend about. Where are you? Are you coming home and all that? But we know we need to call me coming. So I'm sure I bought you. I said, I love you. I want to marry you.
At that time, did you believe it?
Of course, because the point is that me about me who won't say no or you think. Now say me mommy to say who na say na me peti me a you say we jagu. Ye jagu so ni be no you can who don't start to me so. Pony there e na branding to really. Oh
Lord. So, Newtown, I want to know, baby, I want to first. So
the thing is that my wife was going to do an event in 2009. Now, be a fashion show. It was Sun Lodge Hotel. The guy in the kitchen said, "Meet me at Buano." Now, me didn't know Buano. The mind he had was that he said, "No, me and me." You know that thing, like you know the women sometimes oh Buano and you mean you have been on here or no about yam Buano we are not say, but I'm fat. I'm fancy time na me born 2009 me share no kwa no hona me year event in man hona I didn't pick ye by so after that I'm home papa
the day now call the day you went to the father that's when the father was asking what work
then because at the time there was no concrete job because 2009 the Exodus had not really I think maybe started furniture fair because I started furniture fair I think 2010 furniture fair so I don't want to be a construction fair to make I said I want to do the furniture fair and then I had not started so there was nothing really concrete and all that so I just said I do contract and I'm a communications consultant, and the whole New Town is my office actually, because every day you are printing and putting and all that. But I think Elder Pentecost did not regret.
He didn't. He was quite skeptical, but he didn't regret. But did you meet her mother too?
Yes. The mom is the one who does the connection. Before meeting the dad, the man must have settled things before you go there.
What did you tell her? Yes. What did you tell the mother?
No, said, but the wife is the one. So my wife was the one telling the story that, okay, no, you need to meet. This is the one I'm working with. Yeah, of course. This is the one I'm working with and all that. So she had settled things, and then you go now and see the one. So always the man would say, hey, Salu, Kenyaba, you go to Salu, which is the mother. Yeah, and then we all come and see.
And it is a happily ever after story.
Yes, because it's 15 years now, of course. So in 2011, we got married, and then, yeah.
You have children?
You have children, 3 children right now.
Congratulations.
By God's grace, anyway.
Which means that she was a fashion designer before she met you?
Yes, my wife had started in a veranda and all that. So she's been in that business very young. In fact, when we married, we sold her container just to survive, so her container was sold. And before that, remember that I was selling her dresses. Like when she shows men, I go to Champion Marketing and sell to the people. And so I said, when it comes to Husband Supporters Association, I think I am the president.
Now, I don't know what choice do you have, because
when we got married, there was a contumely that had grown in our house. It's not the proper. I know there's a contumely that who could try to do one make a cow. Yes, we didn't have enough. And we normally would depend on it, and then we'll come and cut it and do it, and they eat it all the time. Every time we are searching for that contumely. It's been, you see, the journey has been like every time and what you deal with. You understand? Every time and what you deal with. But you have to embrace every part of life. Because there are times that you sit to your wife and chatting in the car. Now you don't get a chance again. Because when you were going to town, both of you were in the car, you were having conversation. That was a good moment. Now you don't have it. Because your wife is busy. You're also busy. So every time of life that you get, embrace it. And don't say, and it was good. It brought the bonding and all that. And that's it.
I mean, now I understand where the event planning and all of that came from. And it matured to the 40 and is 40 under 40 the first award?
No, it wasn't. So in 2009, so I started doing furniture fair. I was bringing, just said, I started with Kolibau. Like, it has started from aluminium and all that. So it's like I laid my hands on things and I want to make it happen. So I started furniture fair because there was a woman doing construction fair. Who was the GTA.
Yes.
She was doing construction fair at the time. Yes. So I decided to say, okay, let me do furniture. It wasn't too good at the time, but we did it gradually. And
furniture now they're adding.
So I bring them together at National Theatre and then exhibition. Then people come in and watch, and so they pay. So the first time, even the company Exodus had not been popular. It's the first time I did a furniture fair. And they wrote a check to me in Exodus Communications. The company was not existing. Lifestyle Gallery in Sprinters, they wrote that first check, 1,005. My bank was, I think, UBA at the time. So I needed to go in. So when I went and I wanted Exodus Communications, that is why my company is XODUS. Apparently somebody has taken EXODUS. And I act with faith. See, I was looking for money. The company was not registered. This is how I operate.
And listen, you know how to...
I amended it. Was going to pay the check into it, and then that's it. And then that's when I did furniture fair. So up to when I was doing furniture fair, in 2014, I was sitting in Akosua. We used to stay in Akosua, Nyanyano area and all that, American House. So when we're sitting, June, somewhere in 2014, then the idea just dropped, Ghana Oil and Gas Awards. Richard, okay, now look at it. If you look at CIMG, CIMG was doing marketing. I was doing industry, and we'll go to Auto Company of the Year, Oil and Gas Company. We were doing 1-1. Then I decided, let me expand all the sectors that CIG was doing, because the CIG was giving award to Toyota Ghana alone. What happens to Hyundai and the rest? So then I realized that there will be people that may be promising, whatever, emerging. So I started, the first award was Ghana Oil and Gas Awards, and that's what I began with. And then the first year I did was in Labadi. I took 5-star that year.
That's amazing.
And then even the table reservation, the figure, people didn't believe me. They told me there's no way. So my first chairperson was Josiah. Yes, Dr. Josiah, sorry. I mean, and then a couple of them, even Mr. Connie, who was then also with the chamber, and then Senior Hosi and all that. So we formed the first 2014. It was a nice event. Afterwards, that is the beginning of more of like freedom, because that's the beginning of the awards. So when I did the first one, and when people actually believed that I could actually charge, because I could tell you at the time, surprisingly, the figures were looking very bad. I had modeled my awards after one that was in the US. which was also called Oil and Gas Awards.
Okay.
Which even later they had to call me and find out whether they seem to see some similarities and all that. You know, because I wanted to do in a certain class of people, because oil and gas people, they don't meet. So that's when the awards began. Then I introduced the next year, I started bringing National Aviation Awards, Ghana Aviation Awards. That's when I did that one. I did that one later on, sold the award to somebody else, like the whole concept. And then I brought in Otto. So this is how I was coming, Otto Awards. Otto Awards also, I did it for, but you see, the Otto Awards is controlled by few, the Lebanese and the Indians. Sure. And one of the things I try to guard here is my credibility. So when there's too much of pressure coming in and all that, then I drop it. So I dropped it for some time back, and then Fortune and 40 came in 2017. So it's 10 years now.
Congratulations.
10 years. Fortune and 40 was, I was talking to Kofi Amwa, Sun Oil and the Rig Board at that time. We were just talking, because I think he had been to oil and gas, and we were just talking or something, and then something just came up. It was like, so what happens to under 40s and all that? And then I went to sit back and started looking into it. Under 40s, because under 40 is a mark. It's like a middle mark. So, and then even to be a president in this country is 40 and all that. So I was okay, fine, let's begin and handle people that are under 40. And then the thing is that we've always handled people who are like gray hair, big men. What happens to the young entrepreneurs? And that is where Fortune and 40 began in 2017. Now, in 2017 was the strongest of candidates. That's where Kote Journey. Most of the young banks were being led by bankers and all that. That was one of the strongest squad. There was over 120 nominees. And then we began from there. And that's Fortune and 40. If you want me to tell the journey of the Fortune and 40 from there, then I brought in manufacturing awards as well, and brought in insurance and all that. But Fortune and 40 had grown. Because 5 years after 2017, I stood in Kempinski in 2021, and I said that there will be Fortune and 40 Africa. Because you see, I want to link the award to the extent that Africans can enjoy it. And I said, when I was saying it, and I said the trophy will be one of the heaviest. And I said it will happen in March. It will happen in the same Kempinski. I had not booked the room. I had not done the trophy. I didn't know what's going to happen. But you see, there are times you have to speak. There are times you have to just say the things. It's just like when I wanted to own my car called Sorrento at the time. I love the name of the car. When I see people in the car, I call them, I say, Sorrento Media. Do you know that I ended up driving a car? People understand there are energies in this world. The things you say matters. That's why when you sit back and you don't speak and you keep getting worried, rather you are sitting on a lot of things and all that. So that's in 2022, come and see me saying 16 countries coming at the airport, and I was like, wow.
You did it.
Yes, and that was COVID time even. But it happened, they traveled and they came here. And then now from there, I took it to South Africa. Somebody bought the right franchise at the time. Is it $22,000? Said, later on couldn't do, and when he took me to South Africa, the worst moment of my life, which is in the book, I Can Never Be Mad Again, was in South Africa. Because when I went there, the gentleman who had bought the franchise ghosted me for 27 days.
But he had paid or he had not paid?
He had paid part and left the rest. 27 days means I need to pay the venue. And in South Africa, if you don't pay, the goods don't move. It's not like here, give me 3 months. No. So the most deadliest time, if I wasn't mad, that's why I said I can never be mad again. Because that 27 days, I don't know much of the country. And I was just moving around with cards in my hand, my ATM cards. So when I sell ticket down here, then I go to the bank and I remove this one. I move them, you go and pay. Because I don't have an account. But I survived by God's grace. That 27 days, there were 40 people that had flown to come to Cape Town from Cape Town and Cape Town to Joburg. So I filled the South African flight. There were 40 people who moved from Cape Coast and came to Joburg. That's what I did, that kind of show. Then we did the event in Joburg, and it was one beautiful. When I had finished, I knew there was a big loss, but anyway. At that place, of course, if you're a businessman and you think that loss is not part of the whole chain,
totally understand.
Then go and do backyard gardening. Even backyard gardening, tomato can rot. You cook your hands, so you can have, you must understand the problem. So there and then, I met, the person I met at the event changed everything. So I had invited the president of South Africa. He didn't come and brought Nkosazana and Dlamini, the wife of
She wrote the foreword for your book?
Yes, She is the wife of Jacob Zuma, the former president. She came there. She was one respected woman in the country. She sat, and you know that the stage that we were setting up, the people brought half of the stage. So the event that we're doing is we're gonna have now a strategy so that you don't fall off. So the woman, in fact, to set up, the event started around 10 o'clock. The woman sat there to 2 a.m. when I closed. When I met her, then she became the board chairperson of the Fortune and 40 South Africa. That's what Fortune and 40 South Africa's own started. So I went to do Fortune and 40 Africa in South Africa in 2023 and established 40 Under 40 South Africa and did 40 Under 40 South Africa in October that same year. That same year is when I went to United Kingdom to do 40 Under 40 UK. So lost media now I had to say first time entrance expansion. So I carried them and came in United Kingdom. I came home with £19,000 loss. I didn't die.
But you didn't give up.
I didn't give up. There's one thing that I know, sir, I believe in the principle of faith, that everything can be done once the mind actually assumes to do it. Now, I thought that go back again. Now it's 4 years in UK.
Yeah.
It's 4 years in South Africa. It's 5 years on the continent.
Yeah.
It's now global as well. It's in Dubai. Now, Dubai is on because these people are bombing themselves. This year I cannot do, but I'm doing virtual. But last year I did in Dubai, and the beauty of 40 Under 40 is that it's one of the brands that has actually lifted our company out, because it's when you find companies meeting and forming alliances and people connecting and being happy to have met A and B.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the 40 Under 40 is. And it is on record. What I am doing, and people think I boast. When I met Gamaj, I told them, what I am doing, there is no Ghanaian company that owns company in South Africa and is running the event I'm running.
Yeah.
There is no Ghanaian company that owns company in UK that is doing an event for the indigenes of the land. I'm not doing it for diaspora.
You're doing it for the indigenes
of the land. So 80% of people that nominate in 40 Under 40 UK actually.
So the guy who paid you half in Vanished, where did you find him?
On the day of the event, the guy appeared.
What's he?
He appeared, yeah, on the day of the event. And he came to nominate again the second time or something. I was surprised because, you know, he had nominated here. And when he had won, he said he wanted to be the franchise holder. In fact, they promised me that we can raise $4 million. That day when I have formula, I told my wife, when I come back, store, like 5. Maybe a store, no. Charlie, this matter. The way, because the way we have the contract is still here with me. It's 4 million. Is it 400? Is it 4 million? I was saying, is it 400?
He went on to even give you some deposits, so he gave you some.
Because you're getting $15,000 out of 22. You understand? And that's your first time that you sold a franchise. You just started an event and somebody wanted a franchise.
Oh, I can understand. You walk into it.
You know, because the Zimbabweans wanted to host it. It was a competition on the night when I finished the event. Zimbabwe wanted to host it, but the guy who won from Zimbabwe was doubtful. So these guys cornered me, South Africans, and told no, we want to do it. Just when they left, March, April, May, I was in South Africa. That was my first travel to South Africa. The guys paid my flight and everything, accommodation and all that. Even gave me a card to use on the day and all that. But it was when it was getting to the event, you can see that things were not, they didn't get things right. And they should have told me. But I said that once over 40 to 50 people were traveling to the country, it must happen.
Congratulations. Yeah. But when you're not doing 40 Under 40, when you're not running stuff at Exodus Communications, what do you do? Do you have a sport you play? Do you like music? Well, I mean, of course you should like music. Dancing and radio.
Music I like. And then I think that one of the things I usually do is I'll be walking, and we meet a lot as friends.
Okay.
In order to kill the stress, because the thing is that if you have to do business all the time,
your friends from Lagos.
Yeah, friends from Lagos. We normally have meetings, and then we talk and all that. Yeah. So so currently we do like 8 events in a year.
That's
so we
good.
start from February. We did a 40 Under 40 Africa recently. Over 50 people travel to this country, and then from there we move on to manufacturing, and then manufacturing we go to insurance to 40 Under 40 South Africa and all that. So the thing is, Emefa, is that when sometimes you go to South Africa and you do an event, and you have the vice president of South Africa coming to the event. You're a Ghanaian. And then when you are here, you invite your own people to be at your event. And they don't come. And you, as a Ghanaian, go to South Africa. The South African story, I say, how did you get the vice president? And they told me the vice president will leave. I told them, the vice president will not leave until the event is done. The event closed at 12. He sat there. Because there's some kind of branding. There are some things we don't joke with in terms of the event that will make you love to sit down and all that. And we did it. It was a very beautiful event and all that. And everybody's like waiting for it right now. Like South Africans are now waiting next event.
I like to think in Ghana, even in Ghana, people are waiting.
Yes, of course. I don't know who we have not awarded in Ghana. I don't know who. Richard Niamakwe, Tamara Jonas, Jonas' daughter, Gwen. I don't know. Mention any young entrepreneur till now.
Let's see a few things that you'll be guilty or not guilty of. I'm a nice person, so the questions are even nice here. So now I'll ask you the question and you are guilty. You just show the camera. And after reading your book, I've not read fully. I have a fair idea of the things you are guilty of. You're not guilty of.
Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so you believe many entrepreneurs talk more than they execute.
Is this not guilty? Not guilty.
You believe that?
I believe they do. Yes.
You're guilty of the thoughts.
Yes.
This is not guilty of it. But when it is all said and done, what should people remember you for?
Now, the few things that I say is vision. Let your vision scare you. If your vision scares you, it wakes you up in the morning, right? And then it makes you do what you want to do. That's vision. So let your vision scare you. And then also understand that don't give up because your father has not given up on you.
Yeah.
And understand that the world that you come in, you didn't come in with anybody. Nobody owes you a dime. Don't say my father didn't do this, my mother didn't do this. You can do it yourself. There's so many quotes I have that I can talk about. And then take risk. It is riskier when you don't risk. So risk and go. And then failure is not the opposite of success. It's an inherent component in success. You need it.
What's one song that carries you through the tough times?
These are at that time, this is the of visitation. This was someone in Lagos because at the time I was not doing well in the grade, so I had written AAA on the thing. And I was looking at the AA all the time. I was praying towards it. So that was the song I was singing.
Okay. What about a song that reminds you of home?
Home.
Yeah.
When it's just Sakodi anymore, I know I like the guy when he's rapping because I listen to him and I love his journey because I look at it like an entrepreneur. Because when I was listening to him when he was then on Duncan and all that, that was the time 2000 Kasahari. Okay. So I love the guy's journey, how you build it and all. So yeah, so his songs, I do.
If you were, I know we are president of the Kpakpakpa movement, and I say, let's take to the Exodus Communications.
Kpakpakpa
say, "Ochina me sorry na we be before friend me mama."
And more dear. It's because it's just that I've chosen to do the event and that's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't for entrepreneurship and events, what would you be?
What would I be? Maybe I'll be a radio host or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's that headline you never want to see about yourself?
That I've sold the award. Because my award is the most credible, and I can be honest with you. You cannot buy it, no matter who you are. And there have been attempts, but it's never worked. Because your name and credibility, integrity is what you have. Yeah.
Let's do some. I'll play the music. You can tell me who you think composed the song. If you also know the title, we will give you some more credit. Okay.
Where the credit is converted into cash, or is it?
We'll think about that as a businessman. Let's see.
Will you give options? Kwabena. Like ABC.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Yes. All right, English. Kwabena.
Last Friday.
You want money panan to? Money to. Oh, I know the song too. Family.
Oh, I had it. Okay, let's see this.
Bianca.
Okay.
I'm sure. Paluta.
I'm get serious. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. What's me call you? Because I know traffic me one. Subway. And you know, Sagode Kotu Makano buy and boy, what's his name? He said, then that's why I said, give me this one, give me objective. I remember the name is not coming.
There are two people, so if at least if you remember one. Kojo Black and Kelvin Boy.
Kelvin Boy is the one I wanted, that boy. Yeah.
No, only Stone Boy and a boy, you mean, yes, I could.
Yes, I could, yeah, okay.
It's waiting crowd on all fronts.
Hey. The answer here rasta no some charity no. Oh yeah, no bobo name be say friends. Oh. The names don't come, but if you mention I can
Black Sheriff.
On a boy.
She.
And I say when you are man popular.
Okay.
It's a gospel cream me and I'm
maybe a gospel ma
maybe I'm foreign ones in them. I can't remember this one.
Last one.
Okay, last one. I can push it a bit. Prince. What's the name of that guy? Prince. We say we on shoes getting Kasiano. You touch shoes in Muguano as a timber.
And then my bedroom.
Prince, when you Prince, I'm over King Promise. And I know.
We're sure.
King Promise.
We're sure.
He's a Ghanaian. She said, "There's some massive man, there's some Nigeria for." Oh, massive some money.
Oh, lift up, boy.
I will need to be that.
Let me try another one.
What's that called?
Okay, mommy, any easy mouth.
Oh, biddy. Oh, biddy. No, 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 says a heartbeat to look around. Oh, biddy.
Okay.
Sure. This guy, eh?
You like him, eh?
No. I'm quite intelligent. You have my phone, you mean? Yeah. I don't go to the Hadi. No, how my phone, boy.
What's like?
I bet them they have a member. Them check it last boom.
Not to cacre, Obi a minimum so person.
And to me to keep it rapping flow in them. The guy is on beat and on point.
Say aside the oya then you the one identity. Rachel, thank you so much for sitting with us. But I give you the opportunity to speak to the young people watching today.
And so now, one of the things I like to say is that for some of us that actually went to the university or not, don't just concentrate on going to fellowships and all that, but build your capacity. There are people that left Legon and didn't know how to use Word, and that's very unfortunate. And I don't know why you went to the university. You need to build yourself and enlighten yourself capacity. The reason why the reserve player keeps jumping on the line is because actually he's preparing. You must be prepared for life. Sometimes you ask for $1 million. The question is how prepared are you when you're given the money? And that's what the thing. So you have to prepare. And then I always tell people that life does not give you what you want. You have to give it what you want. And always have the lion mentality. The thing is that the deer keeps jumping and jumping all the time. But the lion is focused. And this is the lunch. If he wants to eat the lunch, if you look at them in the video, he focuses to eat the lunch. If you have that kind of lion mentality, there's nothing can stop you and all that. And please, be your own cheerleader. Because you see, the mirror is not just for makeup. It's for you to look into yourself and look at yourself and give yourself some cheers. Because sometimes you're waiting for people to say, well done. They will not say it. You have to tell yourself and say, well done. Now, what you see and what you say is the most important thing. So if you want to own something, continue to draw that thing in your room and continue looking at it. You will own it one of these days. And then see afar. See afar. I think...
Thank you very much. And just because you like gospel, we will wrap it up with this one. It's my personal favorite.
Is it not the Tasha Cobbs?
I'll give you another chance. Let's just start playing. Let's see.
Oh, Sissy.
It's a good classic.
Yeah.
So this is for your weekend jam. Like a special request from Richard to you.
Yes.
So Richard, thank you.
Stanza 2. I know you want to find.
Come on.
That's a much sharp, but you say you're
right? Oh, thank you so much for making us your choice today. I am Emefa Akosua Adeti. Thank you for watching. I'll bring you another installation another time. Stay well.
Ghana, our gold is more than a resource. It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Ball Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring. You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber?
For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala.
Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
In Ghana, our gold is more than a resource. It's our pride. And at Gold Ball Jewelry, we celebrate that pride every day with craftsmanship that reflects who we are as Ghanaians. Introducing the Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Pure, certified, proudly Ghanaian gold. The best part, when you buy a Gold Ball Jewelry tablet, you own it. You keep your gold with you, not with us. It's more than a jewelry. It's a smart investment for every Ghanaian who wants to secure their future. Gold Ball Jewelry Gold Tablet. Own your gold. Own your future.
Another week is here on the greatest of all time show. My name is Giovanni Clip, and tonight we're bringing you talent. Contestant number one, let's bring Baby Girl. Let's bring.
You did it for you.
Cut. Oh, there is a leakage.
Where's the plumber?
For quality and durability, insist on Syntex pipes.
If you want quality, this be where you belong.
Strong, tough, and reliable. Your perfect match to your trusted Syntex pipe. Syntex pipe, it dey carry water, no wahala.
Syntex pipe, it dey make water dey flow. Syntex, and you're strong, and you're tough.
tee up someone in red. And it goes to one.
That's who goal for.
What 5 Champions League? You want to know?
I be the real goal.
Who is the GOAT? Ghana Jollof or Nigeria Jollof?
Ghana Jollof has no co-equal. The smell alone. Oh my God.
No, that shift. You two they lie, eh? Now the same stew when they use cook the rice and then they go put them for top.
Hey, you are lying. Ghana Jollof.
And you this year, forget everybody, yeah?
My guy.
Put some respect on the GOAT.
On the goat. The only goat I know lives in Tama.
Every year, we dey give to you back to back.
We are talking about PET. I want to hear the face.
Except be the GOAT, huh?
My guy, he be the goat.
Though our choice of goats may differ in football, music, and jollof, Alomo Bitters always brings us together. Alomo, experience greatness in every moment.
Drink responsibly. Not for sale to persons under 18, nor recommended to pregnant women. This advert is FDA approved.
On the 25th of March 2026, history was made as the United Nations General Assembly adopted Resolution A/RES/80/250 entitled Declaration of the Enslavement of Africans and Racialized Chattel Enslavement of Africans as the gravest crime against humanity. This landmark resolution was led by the President of Ghana, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This followed a pledge he made in his address at the 80th session of the United Nations General Assembly last year that Ghana will in 2026 table this resolution. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has offered continental leadership and inspiration on this matter in his capacity as the African Union champion on advancing the cause of justice and reparations for Africans. The Ghana-led resolution was co-sponsored by some 70 UN member states, made up of all AU member states and countries from all regions of the world. This consequential resolution marks a historic step in the international recognition of the enduring legacy and global consequences of the enslavement of Africans and racialized chattel enslavement of Africans. Overwhelmingly adopted by 123 votes in favor, 3 against, and 52 abstentions, the resolution formally declares the trafficking of enslaved Africans and racialized chattel enslavement as the gravest crime against humanity. This is by reason of the definitive break in world history, scale, duration, systemic nature, brutality, and enduring consequences that continue to structure the lives of all people through racialized regimes of labor, property, and capital. The adoption of this defining resolution, which restores the humanity and dignity of our ancestors, must certainly mark a proud moment for all Ghanaians and people of African descent. Ghana has once again demonstrated that we are the cradle of Pan-Africanism and truly the land of freedom and justice. Our ancestors will be grateful to this generation that we ensured that they have been remembered by the